Happy Rolex Day, March 30th. We are talking about the new catalog, diving into some discontinuations, showing you our favorite pieces. We also have one-on-one interviews with each of the employees discussing their new favorites. And one of the bigger takeaways is the John Mayer is still here, still in the catalog. 2 years of rumors of this being discontinued, and it's still available from Rolex. Okay, so let's take a walk over, take a look at the TV. We'll go through some watches, and yeah, this might be a longer format video, but if you want to learn about Rolex, learn our opinions, it's one I invite you to watch with us. Hey guys, today we are talking about the new watches 2022, Rolex. Woo! Happy Rolex Day, March 30th. The catalog has changed just today. The past 2 days, my phone has been blowing up. People wanting to buy things, people wanting to sell things. Unfortunately, we had to put everything on a standstill until we know what the catalog is going to do. Partly what we do here is we sell investments, so we like people to be well educated, we like to be well rounded, and we like to give you the best information that we can. So today we're diving into what that new information is. First things first, brand new Air King. They discontinued the last one. They released this in a 40mm size. Extended power reserve. I'm told the 3, 6, and 9, something's a little different with them. Air King is a pretty decent watch. It's something that, you know, if you're buying retail, you're paying around that 7,000-8,000 range, if I'm correct. It's a watch that can get you into Rolex. It's a really nice watch. Historically, it's something you could buy right out of the case. It wasn't until COVID that it's been completely sold out. Let's take a look here. Looks like 7,400 retail. Not a bad bang for your buck if you're trying to get an entry-level Rolex. Yeah, Air King. Big takeaway is there's no date. It's only used to tell time. Hey, this one I'm really excited about. This is the Yachtmaster 42mm on Oyster Flex with that nice rubber bezel. This watch on a 42mm, finally a Oyster Flex Yachtmaster that'll fit my wrist. The 40 was too small, the 37, we're not even gonna get into that. So this one's coming out in yellow gold. I'm really excited about this one. This is one I'm hoping to add to my personal collection. Retail price is only $28,000. You know, I see this trading in the $40,000 to $50,000 range. Looks like a good bang for your buck. I can't wait to get my hands on this one. This is the one I'm most excited about by far. And they also released the 42 Yachtmaster in a white gold. So white and yellow. This one has what's called a Falcon Dial. Looks like a crazy dial. I was able to get one close-up picture of the dial, so I will show you that dial. Kind of a cool color combination. It kind of looks like a denim-y scratch, but it's called the Falcon Dial. So badass name for a badass watch. So here is a close-up of the dial that I found. Really nice. I'm sure when you're wearing it, I'm sure these, you know, these white wisps kind of hit in the light. Yeah, that'll be a fun watch. The Falcon only comes on the white gold as far as I know. And, you know, keep in mind some of this information is brand new, still developing, so things can sometimes change. Last year when we saw the Rolex catalog change, it wasn't fully updated until a week after they posted online. Okay, so this one, I've been getting a ton of DMs about it. At first you're like, why doesn't this watch look right? Well, here's, you know, a sub. This is a GMT. If I were to take this watch off, flip it upside down and put it on my other hand, now we're talking the same watch. What this means is this is for lefties, so it's meant to be worn on your right hand, so you can adjust the crown with your left hand. Date wheel's usually on this side. They move the date, they move the crown, so that's kind of why it has that look. People are kind of calling this the Sprite or the Sierra Mist. I'm not really sure. We're calling it the Lefty. Whopping retail price of $11,000. Don't expect to pay that. This watch will be trading probably in the $35,000 to $40,000 range upon first release, and depending on how the market likes it, probably going up from there. One thing that I see cool about this watch from a custom jeweler standpoint is you could take this bezel off and you could put on a Batman or a Pepsi, essentially making the left-hand option available for other people. Of course, that's not a factory thing, that's something custom that a guy like me would do for you. Okay, the buzz around town. I just want to point out, this green is like a much deeper green. This almost looks like the old Oyster Perpetual green. You know, I do see a little bit of difference. I guess we'll see how it looks in person. This looks more of like a Crayola-y color, and you know, this has more of that shimmer to it. This is the Day-Date 40 in the green dial. 37 retail, probably trading, you know, 70, 75 grand if it's anything like the other green dials. Yeah, cool watch from Rolex. Am I surprised on this one? No, they like green. Keeping with the Day-Date 40, I saw this one and I had to pull it aside. Keep in mind there's over 12 pages of watches. We're just covering some of the top ones. This thing is beautiful. Princess cut bezel, baguette dial, pave dial. This is a heavy watch. This is something that retails probably over 6 figures, as you can see, price on request. I'm requesting, we want this. Time to keep up with the other Day-Dates. This is the Platinum Ice Blue. Beautiful watch. The big thing to notice about the Platinums that they changed this year is now they have fluted bezel. Previously was only smooth bezel. That was one way how you would identify a Platinum between a white gold. Now they're having the white watch look exactly the same as the white gold. Interesting play from Rolex. You're going to be able to tell the difference obviously by weight. This one probably weighs 2 to 3 times heavier than a white gold variation and costing maybe 4 to 5 times more. So this watch I wouldn't expect to pay under $200,000 for. Great watch. We're excited to see this one. I thought this was really unique too. This is a 36 millimeter platinum with diamonds. 36 in platinum, we haven't really seen that before. This is an interesting watch, Day-Date. Some of them for the slimmer wrist. We're seeing a lot of 36s and 31s this year, which is good. They need to add more stuff to the catalog for people with a slimmer fit. Here we got the 40 millimeter Day-Date. This is the Onyx dial with baguette markers. This thing looks sweet. I can't wait to see one in person. Kind of the photo doesn't really do it justice situation. I'm sure this shines great. In person, $48,000, so you're not paying too much over the other ones. The other variations are around like 36, 37. 10 grand more gets you this Onyx baguette dial. Kind of a fun watch, can't wait to see it. Okay, now time for the big honker, 44 millimeter Sea Dweller. This is a watch that we've sold here and there, kind of by request. Not super popular in our game. If you're a bigger guy, football player, like to go diving, this is probably a watch for you. It fits huge. Even for me, it's a little bit too big, but it's cool they're making changes. And then they also added the James Cameron back. A lot of people were wondering about the James Cameron dial getting discontinued. Well, it's here to stay. 44 millimeter James Cameron now available. Okay, this is probably the biggest hype. This is a green dial 41 millimeter Datejust coming on Oyster and on Jubilee. They also made this variation in 36 millimeters. So again, they like the 36s this year. 36 millimeter, 8750. The 41 coming at 10,000. It is kind of cool. They're offering a green dial for under 10,000. Of course, I see these watches probably trading around the $20,000 range. Up until next year, a year after when the market starts to settle on them. But very cool, you can pick up a green watch. This one really stood out to me. This is a 36 millimeter. I like the dial color. I like what's going on with the diamonds. They also added this one with the full pave band. That is a heavy hitter watch right there for a 36 millimeter. I can't believe they're loading them up like this. Kind of makes me wish I had a 36 millimeter wrist. Now time for the coup de grace. This is, in my opinion, the best one of the release. This is the Platinum 40 millimeter Meteorite dial with baguette hour markers. This watch is a $250,000 timepiece. This thing is crazy. I love this watch. I can't wait to see this one in person. It's gonna be heavy, gonna have that Meteorite shimmer. Great, great watch. For these next two, I wanna highlight this new dial configuration. This is for the 31 millimeters. It's kind of a floral design with small little diamonds in it. Great looking watch. They're making this in all kinds of colorways. This blue one kind of pops as well. Kind of an interesting thing. Kind of reminds me of that Murakami look. And they have these dials in all different colors, on all different configurations. So look for the floral watch hitting the scene. If you see one in the case at the dealer, just buy it. It's a great watch. Now, time for the biggest news of the release, the discontinuations. There wasn't too many this year from Rolex. They decided to keep a lot of their catalog, but the discontinuations they did are massive. First off, no more Tiffany Blue Oyster Perpetual in 41 millimeter. Wow, I can't believe they discontinued it only after 1 year. This watch is going to go insane. A couple weeks ago, we saw them selling for $35,000. It kind of topped off and started to go back down to around 30. I kind of told my friends, hey, let's pick these up around 20, 25. I see them as a good watch, but not quite 30,000. Boy, was I wrong. That just goes to show, buy what you like and hope to get lucky. The 41 millimeter, I saw people exchanging them for 50 to 55,000 this morning. In my opinion, For some reason, I think this watch is going to catch 65 to 70 grand, which is absolutely crazy for a watch that was selling for about 8,000 bucks. Tiffany Blue kind of was a play at Patek. That's why I'm not really surprised it got discontinued, but only after 1 year is crazy. The amount of these produced probably is very, very small. That's just the big one. They also discontinued the Coral Red. I was actually looking to add one of these into my collection. I saw Dave Grutman sporting one and it looked amazing on his wrist. Coral Red looks great with hot rods. Now these things are 30 grand or above. And then the yellow. The yellow kind of was a slower one. I'm surprised that one got discontinued. I understand the red and the Tiffany Blue. Here is a picture of all 5 of them. So what do we have left? We have the green in a 41. The pink doesn't come in a 41. Discontinued, discontinued, discontinued. So, very short-lived for the Oyster Perpetual scene. These two I really seen going up massively. If you wanted to make a long-term investment, it's probably a good idea to pick this one up. Hope for the best and see what happens. Wowza. Right, and here we have the off-catalog watches. These ones are believed to be true. These are things that are off-catalog, meaning you can't find them online, you can't find them in a book, but they have been confirmed through channels, so these are things that are massive. These are masterpiece Rolexes. We'll start with the top. This is the Rainbow Daytona in white gold. I believe white gold, it could be platinum, I'm not even sure. Crazy watch, don't expect to pay anything under $300,000. Moving down here, we have the orange bezel. Let's see if I can pull it over. Orange bezel Daytona, crazy watch. And then down here, this is probably my favorite one. Little cotton candy action, purple and blue. This is a Yachtmaster, probably a 42, I'm assuming, with factory diamonds. So again, the information on these 3 watches is kind of far. It's only, looks like these were all taken by the same guy. It's kind of rumored at this point. They're probably real, they're probably off catalog, and they're probably gonna cost you a lot of freaking money.
Nice.
My favorite one is this Platinum 36 Presidential Rainbow Dial. Sick.
So for me, my favorite Rolex coming out of the 2022 collection is going to be this 31 Datejust on a presidential band. It also has the iced out bezel and the new flower dial. Pretty sweet, a lot of diamonds in there. Probably one of the cooler ones just because the green and gold really go together for me. So the Rolex Deepsea is another really fun one that I like, especially with the James Cameron dial. Looks really nice, the green and blue. Plus the fade for the blue and dial is really nice. So
my favorite watch out of the new collection, I like the blue dial platinum with the emeralds. She's nice. I can't afford it, but fire. Somebody come buy that shit.
All right, so this is our guy Zach. He just started working here. He's picking up a thing or two about watches. He said, Jack, didn't Patek do a release? I said, yes. This is the favorite one you picked out. This is a annual calendar, Grand Complication Chandelier Patek. Why is this one your favorite?
It looks good.
Looks good. Looks good, and probably $500,000. Well, in closing, this book is now outdated. There will be a new one on our show floor very soon. If any of these Rolex speak to you, give a DM. We're happy to help you be one of the first ones to acquire these pieces. I do have confirmation they will ship in September, and expect to pay very high for all these watches if you want to be one of the first contenders for these pieces. If you want to purchase anything that's been discontinued, in my opinion, the Tiffany Blue is a great investment, but we can help you with any of those. Market price is changing daily. Do with that information what you want. Lakeside Diamonds here to help you.